Start streaming and... Yo, 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 eventually, ladies and gentlemen, we should be live. I'm just checking if we are live. I think we are live. We have had a little bit of problem with Mr. Coyley. That is why we are a little bit without him.
Here we go.
He's had problem with VC has like redone an update, and 1 minute we've got sound and next minute we haven't. So he's going to call back in, and maybe if we'd have got it all sorted, we'll get it sorted. If not, we're just going to carry on with the show without him, unfortunately. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have got our special guest, the one and only Big Huggles, Gaily Bops. It's lovely to see you, honey.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, eventually we've got you on.
Yeah.
We've all been ill, and now
we've known each other, and I don't think we've even cast with each other.
I think we've done a couple of charity stuff together, but I don't think we've actually done a full show.
I know, that's awesome.
It's great. I'm way chuffed. I'm way happy. And we've also got the wonderful Salford. It's been 3 weeks, brother. How are you?
Still a bit rough, but getting there. Some
He's
people
still a bit rough
all the time anyway. But I'll tell you what, no Simon. Silence is golden.
Oh, don't you gang up my Simon.
That's it. No.
He might not be here, but I've got his back.
I tell you what, though, you could see the stress in his eyes. If you could have seen Mr. Coyley, he was proper stressed out. We've had the wonderful Zan on trying to help us out as well. Just before we do start, it is Gaily Bops and Zan's anniversary. Big love to both of you and congratulations.
We made it. We've not killed each other yet, so we're doing something right.
It's true love. That's what it is.
It must be.
Right then, let's do like we normally do. We'll get on to the buffies. We'll start straight away to the wonderful Salford. Like we said, it's been 3 weeks, brother. What are you vaping on?
Not a lot, believe it or not, because of this virus. I've not been on a lot, mainly mouth to lung stuff. So I'm just on the gate with my own tobacco in most of the time. I've been on the Zillion, which has got got in it. I can't even remember what it's got in it. It's one of the 88 vape ones. Never mind, one of them.
It's got one of them in it.
It's got one of them in it. The Kelpie on the Shogun, and I'm nowhere near the camera because I've moved the camera. And in that I've got 88 vape as well. Got the Lime Zest cooker.
Ooh.
Which is very nice. And I'm on the Zlide, mouth to lung. Again with 88 vaping, this time it's the lemon sherbet. That's all I've been on. That's it for me, believe it or not.
It's the slides from Innikin, isn't it?
It is, yes.
How are you getting on with it?
Okay, it's alright. I've got the 0.48 coil in there, the micro 3D mesh coil on mouth to lung, and it works. It works down to 2 holes though. And it's alright, it's not bad. I don't think it's absolutely brilliant, but it does work as a mouth to lung. So
now you're all nice and better, you're feeling a bit better then? If that makes sense, what I've just said.
Yeah, I've still got headaches and shit and snotty nose and all that lot, but I'm a lot better than I was last week.
Oh mate, it totally wiped me for 2 weeks, it was absolutely terrible.
I think it's been the rounds. Zan's not been with me either.
And you've been suffering as well, haven't you, with your migraines?
I have. The migraine's been really bad, but I think that's more to do with the air pressure and the weather. It's just been really bad. So.
What did I see you saying? What was it? Put your feet in hot water and then eat an ice cream or something?
Yeah, if you put your feet in a basin of warm water and put a pack of ice or frozen peas or something in the back of your neck, it helps to stop the blood flow to the brain. It slows down the blood flow to the brain. So if you've got a really bad migraine, headache, sinus headache, anything like that, then it can help with it. And I also rely on ice lollies a lot. I eat a lot of ice lollies when it's really bad. The coolness just helps to bring, because with the migraine you also get a temperature as well, so it helps to bring that down.
That's one of the most horriblest. I know obviously migraines as well, but that's sinus headaches you get. You know when you got a cold and it's here and you just don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I used to lay backwards on the bed and then I'm going to say let my wife massage me, sinuses.
Too much info.
I've been doing it all day today. Massaging me sinuses and obviously it relieves it. But yeah, that's one of the horriblest pains ever. That.
Yeah, the neti pots are really good for that.
I use Sudafed as well. I use.
Yeah.
Well, Gaily Bob, so what are you vaping on?
I've got quite a lot on the go tonight.
That's what I like to hear.
So I have my Ryan Q, and in that I have a very, well, where I'm at, I'm on YouTube, I have a very special wee mixture, shall we say, that's medicinal.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have Mannequin 2, and on that I've got my Kelpie, which I'm absolutely loving. Thank you, Victor, love you. I've got the IPV Vit, and on that I've got my FP.
That looks nice.
And in that I have Chris's Killer Custard, which I just adore. And I've also got my Osmosis Plaque, and on that it's the Orth Next Mesh, the new tank.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
And in that I have Daily Vape TV's Blaz
Bit
Berry.
of Blaz.
Yeah,
Bit
that
of
Blaz.
Nick.
So yeah, so that's what I'm on.
What do you reckon to the off tank or the off the Next Mesh? What do you reckon to it?
I'm kind of mixed on it, Aidan. I like it. The flavour's amazing on it, right? But it's noisy. It's really noisy.
Right.
And that annoys me. I like a silent vape. So I find it quite noisy, and I just don't understand why they've put that silicone lip thing in the inside of it.
There's actually one at the bottom as well.
Yeah, I find it quite annoying, especially like with your larger type bottles trying to fill. But other than that, I mean, it's a good tank. It is a good tank. It's one that I would happily spend money on. You know, and the flavour's just amazing from it. The flavour is amazing.
What did you reckon to the drip tip? It don't fit on properly, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, I've constantly got to push mine on. It's very, very loose.
It's got like a little lip underneath it as well, which looks like it doesn't fit on properly. And obviously, like Mark, he's got OCD. He wouldn't be able to get on with that. He'd be like, he'd change the drip tip.
Every time I go to vape it, I pick it up to see, and I look against the computer to see if it's actually sitting, because there's a couple of times I've vaped and the drip tips come off my mouth.
It is a really good, really good vape. I did 3 of them all at once as a review. I did the Next Mesh, I did the Falcon King, and I did the Raptor, which were out the other day.
Right.
The Raptor and the King were better flavour in my mind than the Next Mesh was.
Right.
The Raptor's got a couple of its own problems, same as the King. I do love the King bit because I don't know where it is. It's got this button that you press and it just flings the door open. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that bit a little bit better. On the Raptor, as you're pushing the top fill open, it's very, very loose and it doesn't go enough across, so you can't put any big nibs in there.
Yeah.
But it's good flavour. Good flavour.
It's a good tank. You know, as far as stock coil goes, then yeah, I would recommend people buy it because it's a good tank. It's just that for me, it's just I'm kind of past the stock coil stage. Do you know that way? I'm more an RDA girl, as you know. Although it's tanks that I've got on the go tonight.
Well, the thing about these mesh coils that are coming out now, though, the flavour you're getting from them are absolutely corking. If you're out at work or you don't want to be taking a drip away, you've got to constantly keep dripping.
Exactly. For ease of use, it's ideal.
It is.
It's ideal.
Right, I'm going to tell you what I'm on. I've got a few things going, a couple of pods. I've got my Kilo. In that I have got a little bit of apple ice in there, which is really, really nice. That's my go-to-bed vape, that. Just quite nice and simple. Then I've got the PAL 2. Which I'm loving this. Really, I took that out to the pub the other day. Just so nice and stealthy. In that, I've got, it's their new cheap range, I think they're calling it, from Dr. Salt. So this one's called Shorter Fill Mint, and they've got a number of ranges.
Are you impressed?
Yeah, I quite like them. This one's all right. This is like a Murray mint. This I haven't tried. I've got a number of flavours, but I haven't tried any more of them yet. But I'm going to do a review this week on them because I think they've done a big push this week for the release. Yeah. They're selling Nick shots, I think the actual salt Nick for 50p, which is pretty good, isn't it? Nick shots as well at 50p. So stuff. The whole thing is it's just,
argue with that,
you can't know cheap juice, but it's not bad. The ones that I've tried aren't bad. And what I've got that in, I've got it on the Ironclad review just out of that today with the Frogman Sea Tank.
Wow, that's bright.
Oh, it is, yeah. That they did give me one, which I'm pretty lucky. I don't know where I put it. They did give me the camo version when I were at Vape Jam, which is a little bit better. It's not the greatest product that's ever come out of Vaptio. If you watch the review, you'll be able to see the problems with it. It's not the greatest one Vaptio's ever done. Then I'm on the, without breaking everything, then I'm on the Ice Stick Mix, which I really do like. And on top of that, I've got the Raptor. And in that, I've got My Ice Mango Bubble Mint.
Yes.
I love this.
Right, okay.
Do you not like it?
I hate mango. Right? So,
do you know what? You can't taste the mango. It's just slightly there.
See, when we reviewed them, the bitches, we reviewed them a couple of weeks ago, right? And I'm really impressed with the whole line.
Yep.
Bar a couple, but mango to me just tastes like sweaty socks. I hate it.
Yeah.
So, of course, the night that we were reviewing it, I was tongue-tied and called it Bango Mumble, didn't I?
The Bango
I can
Mumble,
understand it's probably a really good juice. It's just that mango's not my profile. So any mango I get, I give to Joe.
Just give it away.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, you can't really taste the mango in there. I just like that bubble mint on its own because it is just a spearmint and it is really, really nice. I've had that 2 days and it's nearly gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're totally right. The range is absolutely fantastic.
They're good juices, yeah.
Yeah. We all met them at Expo, didn't we?
We did.
Nice set of people. And then I've got this strange little device here.
Oh, for God's sake.
I don't know what it's going to fit on.
Dildo saying, shut up.
Yeah. It is the Merlin Nano. Now, they did the Merlin RTA and they did the Merlin Mini. Now, this is the Nano. The flavour from it is really good. And in this, I've got a tobacco, which these were at Expo as well. This is the Venezuela land. I'll tell you the actual profile on this because I had to get the little thing. It's Virginia tobacco with rum with naturally sweet aroma associated with the famous soft and whatever taste. So it's tobacco with rum. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's definitely a really good mouth to lung, but I'm not really into the tobacco. But I thought I'd try it. I'm going to do a review on them. It's not actually that bad.
Does it come with its own Cobra?
I think so. It should come with its own sick bucket, I think. Tobacco. I'm not a big tobacco fan. I seem to like them in pods though.
Yeah, I've tried a couple of tobaccos in the pods and that I've had, but no, I stopped smoking to get away from tobacco. I don't want to fucking taste it.
And then the last one, but not least, I'm on the rim, and that's got the Steam Crave on it, the RTA light on there, mouth to lung or direct to lung. I've only just set this up today, so I haven't got really much to say on it. Not bad though. Be nice if I turned it up. But the only thing I would say is the deck's a little bit complicated. You have to change your coils around a little bit to make it go straight on it. But yeah, not bad flavour. And that's roughly me. Let's just have a little look at chat. I'm so sorry that we've been ignoring you, and I'm so sorry we are a little bit late.
Thank you for all the anniversary wishes, folks. Thank you very much.
You've got quite a lot of them as well, haven't you?
Yes, thank you.
See, that's how big you are loved. See, I always got you as the mama of our sort of vape community, because obviously we were on the same network with the Vape UK network. And when I came on there, Mark were already on, and we come into last at Summer Vapes, and you were like the mum of the group with Bunny. And when we've gone to the expos, you're the mum who looks after everybody and sorts everything out, aren't you?
I was for my sons, yes.
Yes. Always looked after us.
I just like to make people happy and know that everybody's all right.
Yeah. If you're not going to be happy, you get clout out there.
Well, I've no idea what you could possibly mean to offer. No idea at all. I'm pleading innocence on that one.
You can't do that on you. It is the rim, though. It is the rim. Yep, you've always looked after us, and it's one of the things when, like I said, we go to the expos and bits and bobs, we know where to go to. And it was like that straight away. As soon as you came onto the network, you were looked after. Do you miss the family bit of the network? You know, like now we've all sort of like gone our separate ways. We still stay in contact, but do you miss that sort of bit where we were all together?
To be honest, no, not so much, because towards the end of the life of being in VUK, and it was a stress, it was a pressure, it was, you know, for me it had run its course. And we still, even though that's no more and we're all on our own channels, we've still got that sense of community, do you know what I mean? We still get to see each other at expos, and, you know, we're still messaging back and forward with each other. And, you know, just because you're not maybe talking with people day in, day out the same way, it doesn't mean that the friendships aren't just as solid, you know. So that's why you know how upset I was when I didn't think I was getting to Expo, and I was so excited when Zan surprised me. And for me, that's what it's about. It's about getting to come down and get my cuddles and see everybody, you know.
Well, we just got back from the actual awards ceremony, and I had to take a double take because I didn't know you were coming. And it was absolutely fantastic. Great cuddle. It was nice to see both of you there.
He surprised me. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of miss. You'll know, Aidan. You know, like for a lot of years, we did a lot of like VC calls, big group VC calls, and we would have right laughs, and especially through the night with us with insomnia and stuff like that. So, but I mean, we still do that to a certain extent with Zoom and calls like that. But no, it's just I think the friendships that we made at our time in VUK will stand the test of time.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know yourself, when we do get to the expos and we're all together, it's like we haven't like left each other. It's like we've just seen us the day before.
Exactly.
Which everybody who were in the network, and obviously we've got extra friends who have come along and joined in there as well. They've got the same sort of relationship with them, which is absolutely fantastic. That's what the community's about, isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it? That's the best thing about vaping for me. It's the people. Always has been. You know, I think because of my personal circumstances now with my health and not being able to get out very much or socialise very much, you know, I socialise through the computer a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it's for me, it's just about the people. Because Anne gets fed up listening to it, do you know what I mean? So I've got to start talking to somebody else.
But you have the same sort of thing, don't you, Salford? Obviously, with your own health and that, you don't get out loads as well, do you?
Don't get out at all.
No. So this is really your sort of like communicating to people on the outside.
Yeah, it is. I use it for everything. Everything. I mean everything. Shopping, everything. Talking to my daughters and grandkids and everything.
It's wonderful though, Dave, isn't it? Because when you go from being very isolated because of health issues to then having that outlet, it's great.
Yeah, it's great until it goes down. The internet goes down. It only has to be down a couple of minutes, doesn't it? And you're like pulling your hair out.
Well, I can cope. I usually pick a book up. But you know that way? It's like, usually we have 5 teenagers running through. What's going on? What's going on? There's no internet. Panic. The world's coming to an end.
We have that with Daniel. Obviously, he plays on that Fortnite, which is like proper addictive.
Yeah.
If he's not on it, we have to make him come away from it. You can have so much time on it, but even then, you can just see he's so angry because he can't go on it. But as soon as the internet goes down, I unplug it. Or if I'm doing a show, because I won't let him stream as well as me streaming, because obviously, potato internet. But it's a nightmare. All the kids running down. But YouTube's not working, my pad's not working.
I know.
We never had that though, did we?
Hey, Pasty, how are you, darling?
I really should have done a couple of call-outs on the... Do you want to do it, Dave?
I'm so excited because Vaping Pasty is coming to Expo in May.
Oh,
We're
right.
finally going to get to meet her.
Oh, wicked. I think there's quite a number. Are you going in October?
We're planning on it. Touch wood, everything goes to plan. We're planning on it.
I'm not. Sorry, I'm looking for my drink. I'm not sure what we're actually going to be doing. I'm not sure if we're going to maybe me and Lou come down on the Friday on the train, and then stay over on the Friday, and then go on the Saturday and the Sunday and come back home with Mark. We're not quite sure yet. I'm hoping Lou can come to this one.
Yeah, she was missed at the last one.
Yeah, she hasn't been to the last two, so I've sort of like been on my own. Mark's, I haven't been on my own because I was with Paul McCartney both times, which were really good. And it was nice to.
He's a lovely guy.
Yeah, he's really, really nice. Been a very good friend to me from the beginning. Right, lovely bloke, and we had such a good giggle. On both of them, we were there. He's such a funny bloke and all. Do you know the Scottish one? Have you set a new meet up? I know you had a little bit of trouble with the last one. Have you set a new one up?
Yeah, the next one's going to be on the 3rd of August at Vaporize in Glasgow, but this possibly may be the last one that we're having at Vaporize. We're looking to actually grow it and maybe do like a mini Scottish Expo type thing next year at some point. So we're trying to get as many people up for this next meet as we can to see what the interest would be like, whether it would be worth us doing that or not. But yeah, 3rd of August is the next one, so we're looking forward to it.
You might see me because we've been talking. Paul's coming down here. He's coming down here sometime in July, somewhere around my birthday. Cool. And we did say that I'd be coming up there and spend a weekend up his end. So it might be, if I'm not working, it might be something to go. It'd be great. Yeah, I love going somewhere different.
I know.
Have you got? What about you, Salford? Are you going to go to the Liverpool one? Is that actually on the Jam?
I don't know.
We've had so many rumours about it being cancelled, but the website's still up and they're still selling tickets. So
And I've not heard any. I've had nothing back from the Manchester one. I don't think that's going to go ahead at all.
Andy, stop moaning and get your arse up here.
It's good to hear. Well, he went to Stuttgart, didn't he? He went to the German one.
He drove stupid hours to go to Stuttgart for 5 hours.
Well, just for 5 hours?
You know.
It can't be any worse than what Vic and Chris had to do. That were a nightmare for them, wasn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, it was... Zan was absolutely done in for a week after all that driving.
Yeah, I bet he did as well.
But yeah, no, that was an absolute nightmare for them. Their journey was horrific.
What do you think, Salford, about the way they split it up? Obviously, they had the juice in one section and then they had the hardware in the other. Do you think that's a better way to do it?
I thought it was fantastic, the way they did it. Yeah, I really do. I mean, it's got to be much better, hasn't it? Because when you're wandering about and you're looking for hardware, you want to look for hardware, don't you? And you don't want every stall just to be a juice stall and the odd one hardware here and there, like it was at Manchester. I thought it was brilliant, and the builders section and modders section, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It really was. It looked really good.
Bill, behave, I'll be sick.
Yeah, please don't set her up. I have to be very careful what I say, because you know what I'm like. I'm a bit close to the bone. I have to be very careful when we sit down there, because if not, she'll be boking and walking.
That tells you it was just...
And then I get shouted at and looked at. But yeah, it makes sense.
I think the Stuttgart thing, I think that's something that they should definitely bring into Expo here, because from my point of view, somebody who's very noise sensitive, the noise in Expo can be overwhelming. For example, in May there, Zan and I had to leave about 1 o'clock on the Saturday afternoon because it was so noisy, it triggered my migraine, and I had to go back to the hotel and sleep. Whereas if they had somewhere like a quieter hall and then the noisy hall for the juice, it would be so much better, you know, as far as I'm concerned.
The one back in October made, obviously, my brother's wife, Jan, made her poorly. And it actually made me poorly, especially on the Sunday. It got to about, say, 1 o'clock-ish, and all of a sudden the stage kicked in and it was just drum and bass. And you could feel it.
No, see, I would have went up and fucking slapped Sunday.
I think we left at 3 o'clock afterwards. It was just so bad. But I must say, this one in May wasn't overly as bad as we've had it before, is it?
Yeah, it was all right. I think it was a combination of things, because I didn't know I was going to Expo, and I literally, Zan woke me up and said, right, you've got an hour, we're going to Expo. You've never seen my arse move so quick out of bed in all your life. And I jumped, do you know what I mean? It was that, and I hadn't been well the week before Expo as well, so I think it was a combination of all that, and then the noise. But yeah, no, I mean, it's still worth it. Do you know what I mean? It's still worth it.
It is, yeah.
Fantastic.
Especially meeting up with everybody, and also, like I said, you get to see all the nice new shinies.
It is. It was amazing. And you know what? Especially, obviously, Bunny wasn't with us in May, which was a big letdown. You know what I mean? But Em and I being there together, you know, it was amazing. What happened? You know what? VapeTube did and Vape Around, we bringing all of it over for the reviewers and that. That was amazing, and is having our own kind of seating area separate, which was fantastic as well. Yeah, fucking zebra juice. That zebra nearly got a boot in the balls. Do you know what I mean? So it was like, but yeah, no, it was fantastic. It really was, and I think, you know, if they address things and the problems right, then it could really continue to be the best one, because all the others are all falling, they're all stopping, aren't they?
Yeah. Vape Jam was just
terrible. They used to have in Doncaster, where you were, the camp.
Yeah, the collective, Bill might be able to say a little bit more about that. I was so surprised that they didn't do it again, but it just needed organising a little bit better than it was before. They needed to get a little bit more hardware in there. And the venue that they picked is a really good venue. All outside, camping. But yeah, I think it was a really good event, but there just wasn't lots of footfall for it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people turned up and then saw that there was hardly any. You could walk around it within like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So if they put a bit more thought into what they're going to get and who they're going to get in there, I think it'd work. Because it's sort of central Doncaster, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the hardest. I mean, obviously for us, we're looking at something for Scotland, because travelling down to Birmingham all the time, I mean, it's a right trek for us all up here. Do you know what I mean? To do that all the time. So we're looking to do something, but we want to grow it organically. We want it to grow as needed and as required, rather than put on this big show and have no footfall or nobody there, you know. So it's trying to grow it organically. So.
How long does it take you to get down? Is it about 4.5 hours?
To Birmingham, about 5.5 hours.
That's a long trek, innit, that?
Yeah. Well, Zan and I didn't stop in May there. We just came straight down and we were 5 hours. Which in that Subaru is not ideal. You've got to unfold yourself as you get out of the other end. Right, okay.
Stretch it out. I remember once you brought Vic down and it looked like Vic had got his knees sort of like up to his... like you could just see him crunched in like that. It's like you'd have to push him in.
He loves Zan's car. He sits in the car and goes, boom,
I can sound like that, I know. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Flat Cat Vapor who is in chat, he has got a different type of show coming out on Saturday night, which I'm really looking forward to this.
I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and he's such a great lad as well, a decent reviewer. If you're not subscribed, get yourself over there.
Yeah, he's really nice, guys.
What is it, Gail? Is it, if you know Salford, is it 9 o'clock, I think, Saturday?
9 o'clock Saturday, I think it is, yeah.
Reviewer versus reviewers, or reviewers versus reviewer?
And his first guest is UK Vapester.
So, I think it's something a little bit different.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I think, you know, that a Saturday night show, I mean, I know with Gaz it's not always going to be a Saturday night, it's going to be fitted in as and when he can around his real life stuff. But to have something like that on a Saturday night will be great. I think, I mean, you'll remember TBC, Aidan.
Yeah.
TBC was the big kind of Saturday night show that Vic and Louise in London did on VUKN, and since then there's not really been any kind of, although there's been live shows, nothing with a kind of a format, so to speak. So I think it's be really good to have something like that back again.
See, obviously you do yours late night on a Friday, don't you, Salford?
We do.
I do, yeah.
I'd always try and shout you out, but I never know whether you're going to be on or you're not on. But I do always try and shout you out.
Thank you.
Which takes us quite nicely on to your show, which has been running now, what, for over 3 years?
3 years, yeah.
We've had a couple of member changes, but obviously it's been the start, you two, of Bunny and yourself, and it's been going for a long time. It is a very fun show. All of you, I would imagine in chat, have seen it. It's on a Friday. Now, one of my biggest things I want to ask is, you've gone over to Twitch.
Yes.
How have you found it? How does that work as well? I'm not really into the sort of Twitch. I know it's like gaming sort of side of stuff. I know you get coins and stuff. When
we left VUKN and decided we were going to go out on our own, we had a long talk between us, Bunny, myself, Brew and Zan at the time, about where, you know, we were going to fit in, were we going to stay on YouTube or what we were going to do. And at the time we felt like we wanted to do something a bit different, because we are a bit different. But also as well, we were very aware of YouTube and all the changes that YouTube were bringing in, and the negativity towards vaping shows and reviewers and things like that. So we thought we would just make the jump early on, and we went to Twitch. So we went to Twitch for a couple of reasons, because you've got a lot more freedom over in Twitch. You can play music, you can discuss things on Twitch that you can't discuss on YouTube. And we just thought it would be something a bit different, do you know, that way, because the majority of live shows and reviews are on YouTube. And we knew it was a bit of a risk. We knew that we might lose out on, you know, a lot of viewers and subscribers and whatever, but I mean, Bunny and I were ill. The first show that we did on our own channel, the two of us were up being sick all day. We were that worried that nobody was going to turn up. It was ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? But then we decided we went to Switch, and it's went from strength to strength. And then obviously just a few weeks after we moved over, our beautiful Em joined us. And yeah, we like it. It's a solid platform. It's really good. But we did decide to go to Twitch with the long-term view of dual streaming to VapeTube once VapeTube's live streaming capability comes in.
Yeah.
So, although we do our show on Twitch, we upload it to VapeTube and we upload it to YouTube after. But we will be looking at dual streaming once the live capability comes in for VapeTube.
And Em just fits in perfectly with you two, doesn't she?
She does.
Yeah.
She's the brains. She's the brains. I know Bunny wouldn't mind me saying that, but she really is.
The thing about it is you had a number of people come and go out of your sort of like your format.
Yeah.
Some fitted, some didn't. I know you got on with a couple and didn't get on with another couple of them, but it gels this three, doesn't it? You know, like how we had Mark and Adam, and like I've got the same here with this show. You sort of gel, don't you? You know when it gels.
I mean, you obviously, you know, you've been casting for a long time as well, so you know you can. It's very different when you're casting a show with somebody than it is just sitting in a conversation with somebody. There's a difference to it. So yeah, we've had quite a few bitches come and go, but since Em joined, we invited Em on as a guest one week, and literally we came off the show and Bunny and I just said straight away, we need to get her on with us full time. She was just awesome, do you know? And we knew that as her confidence grew and she came out of her shell a wee bit, she just fits in great with us, you know, and we're totally comfortable with Em, and you know, she's comfortable with us, and we just seem to click. We just seem to click.
Salford, you did a show with what's his name from Australia, right? Nice lad.
From Damo,
didn't you?
Vaping in HD, yeah.
So you, I don't know how I've never asked you this. How did you actually get to meet him, and how did the show come about?
Right, both of us are subscribers to Chris Empire Vape Co, and Chris allowed Damien to put his first reviews up on Chris's Facebook. So I went and watched a few, and I commented on them and what have you. And then Damien got in contact with me, and we was chatting for a long time, and then we decided we was going to do a show. And of course, the time difference is a bit difficult, so that's why it becomes 12 o'clock midnight till 2 in the morning. And that's how we went along, and become good friends well before we started the show. So, you know, it's just one of them things, you gel with people, don't you? You know, if you've got the same sort of humour as well, that really helps, doesn't it? You know, and that's just the way it happened. And it carried on for a while, but unfortunately Damien's health is getting worse, and he's pulled away from doing anything on YouTube now. But he pops in on the Friday every now and then to show. Yeah.
I thought he was going off on his bus as well, wasn't he?
He is, yeah. He's it'll be a couple of years' time. He's bought a bus. He sold the house, didn't he, and was having another house built, and then had a few other problems and what have you, and then was told that possibly end up in a wheelchair if he carries on doing the job he's doing now. So they decided on this life change, him and his wife, where they buy a bus and they actually go down their own continent, which neither of them have really seen. It's such a big place, isn't it? You know, so they're working up to that. They bought the bus from the other side of the country, though. That's what got me.
So they had to see half of it to get it.
You know, like 2,500 miles away or something. So the guy drove it to him. Anyway, he's ripping out all the old stuff at the moment and putting that right. So, of course, the money's going into the bus at the moment. But he's got a massive big trailer at the back as well with generator and everything else. You know, I think it's 20-odd foot long. So you got a bus at about 20 foot long and that at 21 foot long. You know, it's like a 40-foot walk going up the road.
Like a bendy bus.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds awesome, though.
Yeah.
Would you do that, Gail?
Oh, aye.
I'd love something like that.
I would love to do that. It's always been my dream to drive across America. It's always been on my bucket list.
Route 66?
Yeah, just to drive from one coast to the other. So yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat.
I'll send you over a link on Facebook. They come up with like loads of deals. They find them on like Amazon and different places, and they put these voucher codes and stuff. And there was one on there to fly. I think it was something like, say, the 2nd of March in 2020, and you come back on the 9th. And it was £214 to fly from Manchester to New York, and that was a return.
Wow.
That's absolutely amazing, because I've always wanted to go to New York. I've always wanted to take Lou, have a look round and just see what it's like.
Zan surprised me with 5 days in New York a few years ago.
What was it like?
Oh, it was amazing. It was awesome.
Have you been as well, Salford?
No.
Oh,
I'd love to.
You know that you see it on all the films and the TV shows and all the rest of it. And I'd always wanted to go to the States, do you know that way? So anyway, him being him, my husband, he said, "Oh, by the way, you better pack a case. We're going to New York tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh, okay then, if I must." So it was absolutely, it was a once in a lifetime. Do you know what I mean? Trip. He booked us into Midtown Hilton, and we spent like 4 days. We walked the length of Manhattan Island, and it was out of this world. Did all the touristy things and Statue of Liberty, and we did a lot of the tours.
How long ago was this?
3 years ago.
Right, so you were vaping then, weren't you?
No, it was just before we'd started vaping that we went. So yeah, we were still smoking at that time.
Did you notice any vape shops?
No.
You wouldn't be looking, would you?
No.
No, at that point, I mean, we had originally started vaping in 2009 before our wedding, and we lasted about 16 weeks, and then we started smoking again. So it was like 3 years past in May there that we actually started vaping full time again. So when we went to New York, we were still on the cigarettes. We weren't really kind of paying attention to a lot. We did notice that we were among very few smokers.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a big thing in the States, because we would come out in the hotel and sit outside to have a few cigarettes or whatever, and you know, you can see people frowning at you for smoking. Yeah.
Is it San Francisco you can't smoke outside at all? Or?
Yeah, well, they're talking about totally banning everything in San Francisco, and all vape gear sales are going to be banned as well. That was one of the news articles today.
There was Simon's set a couple of news items up. One of them is a little bit rude. Well, it's not rude, but it's in that sort of category. And the other one was about the NNA. They was on about obviously the new the new Nicotine Alliance.
That's it.
Yeah.
Got it out. They have been saying that obviously here in the UK it's been absolutely fantastic with the way people have been stopping smoking by vaping. And what they're saying is that if a flavour ban did come over here and also in the States, that how it would stop the amount of number of people vaping and not smoking. What do you think of that?
I don't think so. I think it'll just drive it underground. I think people will DIY, because there's no way they can ban the flavours altogether, because they're food grade flavours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can get your PG and your VG in Boots.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing people might struggle with is the nicotine, but we thought that with the TRPR, and we can still get it.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, the way it is in this country, they're very pro-vaping compared to a lot of the rest of the world. So I know that people say whatever happens in America tends to come over here, but in this instance, I don't think so. I think it would just drive everybody back to bathtub brewing.
Yeah, well, even in America, it's just going to send it underground and make a nice black market, innit? That's what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
You know, the same would happen here if it was the same situation here.
It's the same. Obviously, you're looking at like prohibition again, aren't you?
That's exactly. And prohibition never worked.
No.
It's never worked for anything. I mean, as soon as somebody says to me, "You can't do it," I'm like, "I'm a way to do it." See you later. You know, that's just me. I'm awkward that way. So don't tell me not to do something.
It's like when you tell a child not to do something, they go ahead and do it right away, isn't it?
Exactly. I think it's
obviously it's been said on plenty of shows about how blind they think that us as people are, especially in the US, about how they're trying to stop flavours and how they're stamping on vaping and stuff. You can obviously see that it's to do with money, and they must think we're absolutely stupid.
Absolutely. It always comes back to money, doesn't it? Always. And at the end of the day, you know, big pharma, big tobacco, the amount of trillions of dollars that you're talking about, even over here, I mean, they're here now. You know, they're putting that in. They're banking on the fact that the mainstream media are going to pump out all the propaganda shite that they want to pump out, and that people are sheep. They'll follow that. They'll believe it. Yeah. You know, I mean, we're already the converted. We're already the educated. We know better because we've taken the time to educate ourselves. But they bank on the majority being sheep and not wanting to do that.
And they use the biggest thing as well, don't they? Save the children.
Oh, fuck off. Seriously, just fuck off.
I love it.
I was 13 and smoking a fag and having a drink of whiskey. Yeah, to fuck, we've all done it.
every child does, don't they?
Exactly.
We all
If they want to do
experiment.
something, they're going to do it, eh?
If your children was going to do, and again, obviously you've got to be 18 here and 21 in the US, if your children are going to try smoking, I would much rather them try vaping than smoking, wouldn't you?
Well, here's the thing, right? Our 17-year-old, we had just discovered that he was smoking. So, obviously not very pleased. I've had the conversations with him and all the rest of it. Anyway, being 17 and thinking that he knows everything and we know nothing, he was continuing to smoke. So he's now vaping. We've got him vaping because at the end of the day, we would much rather he was vaping than smoking, you know, for his own health. Don't get me wrong, as mum, I'm still a bit like, I don't like seeing him doing it. Do you know that way? But it's the lesser of two evils, isn't it? Because he's going to go and do what he's going to do. I'd rather he was vaping.
Especially at 17, it's a very funny age into 17.
Yeah.
Because you're somewhere between
Well,
still
boys
being...
stop maturing at 12 anyway.
Yeah.
You know, all males kind of stop maturing at 12, so he is kind of 17, 6'5", and about 12 years old. So.
Yeah. But we still, even though in the same way we still think we know it all. Obviously, I remember when I was 17, and I still think I'm a know-it-all now, but I were even worse when I was younger. You know, you're going to drink and you're going to try this, you're going to do all the things that you... Because you want to be a grown-up at 17, don't you?
Of course you do. Of course you do. You think you're an adult, you think you know everything. But hey, it's part of growing up, isn't it? It's part of the journey.
Yeah, it's part of life.
They're going to try different stuff.
Now, he's 6'5", he can get away with everything.
Yeah.
That didn't last very long till he got put in his arse last week. No. Sit down and listen.
See, obviously you know how small Mark is. My mum were smaller than Mark, but my mum were exactly the same as you. She only had that little look, but believe me, she could move. And if you knew when you were in trouble, you knew when you were in trouble.
One look works wonders.
Oh yeah, just one look. Bang.
Resting bitch face. It took me a long time to do, perfect this resting bitch face.
That's another thing with people with me. Do you know, as soon as I change, because normally I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I'm joking, and if you try and be serious, they think you're being funny.
Yeah.
They got to me like, because you've just gone serious, you're talking about a subject, they think, oh, he's being funny. No, it's just I'm not just trying to make a joke out of something, I'm actually being serious. Everybody waits for a punchline.
I know.
Right, well, we'll touch on this next bit of news. Now, I'm going to actually put the... I haven't read the entire article about this.
Before you start it, how would you go about reviewing this one?
I haven't got a clue.
Oh, you're not talking about this monstrosity that's aimed at children, are you?
No, this one's definitely not aimed at children. What I'll do is I'll put the screen up. It's to do with a bizarre app that links vibrators to vape pens to give randy users a buzz. Sorry, I'm reading it as it's coming across. A buzz whenever they inhale.
And the longer you inhale, the better the buzz.
And it's called, yeah.
I'm intrigued now.
So it is called the Vape-gasm.
Yep.
They've got 3 different colours. They've got the white one, the blue one, and the pink one.
Currently available in the USA.
I just can't believe it. And I can't believe that this was his first news story that Simon was going to put out. And I was like, wow, is it because we've got a lady on?
Right, so but let me get this right. You inhale and it vibrates.
Yes.
No. It's Bluetooth linked to a vibrator. So when you inhale, it then sends a signal to the vibrator. and they're thinking of coming out with one for men soon. How do you review that one? I want to know. I want to watch a review on that one. Never mind how else.
Who has reviewed them?
The best thing about it is as well, if you ever watched, obviously deaf people could only watch television at 12 o'clock because obviously that's when it comes on. He just did the exact signs now, didn't he? And when it vibrates
and you get the buzz.
Is that how you get your buzz, is it? From back of your head. Look at that.
I throw the ball patch.
Orion's braces, some people are going through 100 mil a day.
It's a mouth to lung, and I bet somebody's doing 200 mil a day on it.
I want to know who came up with that idea. Seriously.
It's some company that
They
invented a similar thing for the Super Bowl. So when your team scored, the vibrator went off.
That's
It's
weird,
only available in America at the present, but it's soon coming to the UK.
See, when I first read it, the only thing I had in my head was Phoenix Nights when they had them love balls.
What, the Chinese love balls?
Yeah, and she was behind the back of the bar. It was Mary. Do you watch Phoenix Nights? Have you seen it? And she's behind the back of the bar. So obviously they've inserted them, and she's trying to say, well, that's I ain't saying that word. Inserted them while they're working. You can actually get them by remote control as well.
Can you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I'm educated on this show tonight.
I've seen them in on summers. Not that I go in there very often. It's just when I'm dribbling on the window. I meant, yeah. But yeah, it's.
Surely that's got to be a joke.
I thought that myself, but no, apparently it's true.
It's true, yes. They're on sale in the States at the moment.
And it's called. I'll stick it back up again.
Vape-gasm.
Why did I just say that? Yeah, it's called Vape-gasms. And if I look at the price, it's $19.99.
Yeah, it's going to be sold for 16 quid over here when it comes over or something.
You seem to look into this a little bit more than I have.
I read the article properly.
I don't know.
I've got 3 on order already. What are you on about?
The best thing about it, the review's coming soon. What do you think about it in chat? What does Betty think about it in chat?
I tell you
Just hope you don't lose your vape.
Cheeky bum wank, doesn't it?
Well, you know what? I thought that exactly when I was reading the article. I said, here's one for Dino. Definitely.
But the things that they think about with vaping, I don't know if you saw it. I'm not sure if you touched on the pictures once. It was with that one about the pacifier. They did it with the. Did you see it? How stupid was that? And it was really weird as well.
I know. That just conjured images of me of grown men in nappies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? wanting a nappy changed and bottle fed and tip fed. No, get fucked, no. Whatever floats your boat, but do it over there.
Yeah. I don't mind a bit of role-playing games. It's not too bad, that. But getting dressed up as a baby, that's just stupid.
Well, it's fetish stuff, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
See, eventually you are going to end up in a nappy, but I don't want to be doing it now. You know what I mean? So you can go to your kids, look, change me.
I'm not quite at the 10 lady stage yet, thanks. No, I'll put that up for another couple of years.
Lou, if you're watching, I'm not going to say a damn thing. It must be one of the biggest things as well in a relationship where, you know, you can just look at her and she's been giggling, you know, that little thing where they pushed it. She's weird.
Talking of it, I have only ever done that once in my life, and it was a couple of weeks ago. I was sitting in here on a Zoom call, and I didn't see him, but Zan was behind me, and he's got one of these, you know, the blow machines for like cleaning out things, right? And I didn't realise, and he turned it on behind me, and it hit right in my ear, and I absolutely shit myself, and I get such a fright, I wet my knickers. I had to get out the camera and run to the fucking toilet, and fucking slapping him off a camera. They were looking back on.
I haven't actually I haven't got myself into that point yet. But obviously my wife's had 3 children, obviously with the cancer as well, so that's her excuse, the poor lass.
Yes, the other thing is, you know, you've got to do your pelvic floor muscle exercises and all that.
You know when that's happening, it's that face, isn't it? Like you're stuck in a weird
Maybe that's
original.
what the orgasm would be good for.
Yeah.
Yeah, exercise them muscles.
I still can't believe that. They come up with some right things. It doesn't help the vape community, though, does it, really, when you come up with the novelty stuff?
No, it really doesn't. Especially if they're saying they're marketing it to children, and then pick them up with shit like that.
Yeah. Not good at all. So, what's coming up on the bitches this week?
This week, we have Vape Detective. As you know, our lovely Tony, who passed
big
away.
love, Tom.
Yeah. And we said that we would carry on Vape Detective in memory of Tony, so we haven't done a Vape Detective for a wee while, so we'll be doing Vape Detective on Friday, and we're also going to be doing the out-of-box review for the K1.
I used to love the Vape Detective. It were on roughly around about 4 o'clock, wasn't it, on a Saturday?
It was great. It was great.
I actually watched a couple of his reviews again the other day, which was nice
I
to
know,
see.
I miss him.
Yeah.
He was such a darling, man.
Yeah, he was a lovely bloke. I was looking enough to do a couple of Friday night shows with him and Chris. And obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, and we had the same sort of sense of humour as well, which...
Yeah.
Because he was so easy to get on with, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate quizzes. I'm always on lag.
I'm same. I'm commenting, thinking I want to get on this really quick, and then you're on to the next question.
That's the problem with doing it, but we wanted to carry it on. And
Yeah, you do right.
We
tried to sort a quiz out and try and run it on here, but we had the same thing, didn't we, with the lag?
Yeah.
Well, we do quizzes, as you know, with bitches. We've done quizzes for
Yep.
about 2.5 years. We do that every week, now and again. Everybody seems to enjoy it because we stopped doing it for a while. We thought everybody was fed up with it, so we thought, oh, we'll stop doing it. And then we were getting messages when you're doing a quiz. So we do it. Can I have a running thing now where we run things over a kind of a 6-week period? Because we're on our own channel now as well, we're not limited to just female guests.
Right.
So we can have anybody on, like yourself.
28th? It's 28th,
Yes,
isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
We had Pud Puffs on last week with us. We've had Mobro on. So it's great. We can just have whoever we want on now.
He's, again, another lad. Get over there and subscribe to him, Pud Puff. Absolute brilliant bloke.
And he a squeal.
We sat down there. We got absolutely hammered on the Saturday night. We'd had a good giggle. He'd brought his book fast and all sorts. We had a good giggle.
He's a lovely guy.
He's a really nice guy. And also Mobro, obviously I do sabs with him. If you've not got over subscribed to him, make sure you do. Another good bloke as well. He done off make me laugh with his impressions as well.
I know. You're right, Ryan's it was Tony that called them onions. And I still call Alan onions because of that.
Yeah,
I still call them onions because of that.
Mobro's Vic's pretty good as well, isn't he? Dum-de-dum-de-dum.
And we're recording.
Yeah, Mobro's very, very good at his.
He's great. I love Mo.
He's a really good bloke.
I didn't really know Mo very well until we did the 24-hour charity stream, and we had it off straight away. Do you know that way? And it's like we said at the end of that stream, we couldn't have picked anybody better to do all that 24 hours with because we all got on so great, and it. Brilliant, and Mo and I became really good friends and everything from that, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant, and it was great until he started greeting, and then he set us all off crying.
the thing about it with Mobro is you'd have to go very far to fall out with the lad because you know what I mean. He's a very sensitive lad as well.
He's horizontal. Yeah.
He was a very good addition to obviously the Sabs when he come onto the Sabs. It were really good. He brings another dimension
I love
to
Mo.
it.
He always puts a smile on my face. See if I'm having a shitty day, he always puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, he's a good lad. There's quite a lot of up and coming vapors reviewers now. They're absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
It's not an easy market to come into. Like when I came into it, it was not so saturated, and obviously I had an hand up with the network and with Mark. But nowadays they're coming in blind, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's not as
simple.
simple.
The thing is, the bitches, we've been going 3 years, but since M joined us, we've kind of made a change of direction. So we're now doing live reviews, because none of us are wanting to do the whole talking to the camera. I couldn't talk to a camera on my own, do you know what I mean? I don't know how you do it. I need my bunny and my M there to kind of interact with, do you know that way? So we're doing the live reviews now, and it's great. I'm really, really enjoying it. You know that way, just doing something a wee bit different as well from the standard.
The norm, which is a lot of vape shows. See, there's a lot more people going live now, isn't there?
Not up and coming reviewer, right, Vic?
I don't know if you noticed, but we've got an up and coming reviewer, somebody called Vaping with Vic.
Yes, my cherub.
Must be coming up and coming, must be.
Aye, must be.
Well, it's been a little bit bad, hasn't it, with the monetisation as well. It were a little bit sad to read about. Obviously, it cuts down the income of his business because, obviously, for years and years and years, he's putting out 2 reviews a day near enough. And
I don't know how he does it. I really don't. I worry about him, that he's going to run himself into the ground. Because people forget, Do you know what I mean? Vic doesn't cook very well.
No.
You know, you don't see that on his reviews or on his camera, but people forget that sometimes, and it worries me that because he works so hard at it.
Do you know when they said about how much they had to travel when they were at Stuttgart?
Yeah.
The first thing that popped into my head, I actually messaged Vic, was that it's going to absolutely bugger him up, because we both know as well, when he's around expos and stuff, it's very hard for him to get around. Most of the time he's sat down because of that.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, if he's going to do all that travelling, that's going to proper wipe him out.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, his face, he was like a pig in shit here. Zan picked him up in Glasgow, and I'd made them all breakfast because I wanted them to eat something before they got on the flight to go. So, of course, they had these rolls and tatty scone and square sausage here in his tea before they went and got a pig in shit. He was quite happy.
He messaged me as well obviously we both were on that Vape tier, we both did the trio kit. So we were both actually in, he put me in his blog as well, which is really nice, thank you very much. But we were both on the Vape tier stand, so he sent me the picture of that as well, which was pretty good.
Yes, I love my cherub.
Yeah, it's a lovely bloke. So then, Salford, what have you got coming up on your channel this week? Are we getting any reviews out? Now you're getting a little bit better?
Yeah, I've got some juice reviews to do. I've got some 50-50 stuff as well, which we don't see a lot of do these days, really. I've got a couple of them to do. I've got the bombers to do this week, and I've got a couple of other items that are in the cupboard there. And I've just got a couple of items in as well, if you can remember what there was. I've got the Recurve 2, the dual in.
Yep.
And I've got that Artery PAL 2 in as well. And I bought one of the old Novas, Geek Vape Novas. But I'm not going to review that. That's going to be a giveaway for when I get 1,000 subscribers. So in about 3 years' time, when that's antique.
Let's be honest, you're not far away. I think you're probably, 100 away, if that?
About 106, 109, something like that at the moment.
So come on, people, if you haven't subscribed to him, make sure you get over there to Salford and give him a sub corking review. It's going to be nice to see you back. I know what it's like when it wipes you out. I'm going to look forward to the PAL review.
Don't you think, Aidan? Don't you feel like that? Sometimes you've got to just take a couple of weeks to step back. Because I think if you don't cast and you don't review, people don't realise just how much work you put into it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to just take that step back for real life stuff. Do you know that way to kind of reset? And
the virus just flattened me. Of course, I live in the worst place in the world for viruses, don't I? I live in a block of bleeding flats.
Yeah.
So any sneeze around me, because I've got a very low immune system since I had the cancer.
Yeah.
And obviously that never comes back to, being fully okay. So anybody just sneezes near me in the lift, that's it. I've got it, They just have to breathe on me and I've got it.
I am offended. Misleading title. Hi, Dean.
Another great bloke as well, Dean. Big thumbs up today. But yeah, I suffer, obviously, I suffer from bipolar, so I have massive ups and downs, and that's why my reviews are very sporadic. Yeah. You might get like 3-4 of them in a row, and then you might not hear from me for 2 weeks. It's just how I am. The live shows I love doing. I love being around people, so it does make you feel a little bit better.
It lifts you, doesn't it? I mean, I can't wait. I look forward to my Friday with my bitches every Friday. Do you know that way, with my girls, and being and interacting with everybody in chat, and I just love it. It does. It lifts my spirits. It gives me something to look forward to. If I've had a really, really painful week, it gives me something to fight towards.
And just a banter and laughter alone is helpful, isn't it? It's healing in its own way. So. I love it. I love doing lives. I like doing lives better than I do doing reviews.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
True.
That's why we don't do recorded reviews. We just do. We're bitches. We do what we want.
I've been called a bitch many a time as well.
Do you know I can believe that?
The Devil Vapor says he's not a good bloke. I kill butterflies and punch their flappy fucking eyes off.
You're welcome, Mo.
It's always nice to know, bro. The wonderful Paul McCartney, nice seeing, brother. Big love.
Hey, Paul, shout it out. 3rd of August in Glasgow, the next Vaporise meet.
I think I might be coming up to your house on that day, Paul. I think I'm going to be staying over with you and your cat because you're a strange cat man instead of a strange cat lady. He likes his pussies. But
I would like to make them again.
yeah, we're back on the pen. This week, what have I got coming up? What have I got coming up this week? Obviously, we did the sub-ohm tanks last week. This week, we're doing the mouth to lung. So we've got this one coming up, which is the...
I'm not going to sell that to me anytime soon.
I've got nothing else to put it on, and you can't work out what you'd actually... The straight glass I might try.
It might look
like I said,
orgasm, but other than that, no.
That's from Orgs Vape, that.
What's that restaurant in the sky that goes round like that?
Yeah.
That moves. Is it? Where's that? Is it?
Isn't that in New York?
No, it's Seattle.
No. Is it Seattle? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
The big, is it the... Oh, I can't remember the name of it.
We'll be fucked for a quiz, won't we?
Yeah.
What's that spinny restauranty thing? It's been in a couple of films as well, hasn't it?
It was Seattle.
It's been in a couple
Sears Tower. There you go.
Sears Tower, yeah.
Right, you've got 6 points. I'm sorry if people's messages are getting deleted. I need to sort Nightbot out. I think I need to sit with...
very picky, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I haven't got the settings. It took us, 15 weeks to get it sorted. We tried it every week, didn't we? And it just didn't work. We even did. It took us 20 minutes to do a giveaway.
Just doesn't work on your channel. Just doesn't like it.
To be honest with you, nothing works on my channel, really, if I'm honest. Poor old Simon.
Yes, Paul, I meet at Vaporize in Victoria Road on the 3rd of August. I'll message you on Facebook and give you all the details.
Yes, I'll be going up to his. Nice to see you, Biscuit Vapes, one of the Donny lads. Well, it's getting down to that point of the evening. The wonderful Lethal Coils is on after us at 9:30. He was supposed to be on at 9 o'clock, but he's gone to 9:30. He did let me know. So make sure you get yourself over there and check him out. Lovely bloke.
Who's he got on with him tonight, do we know?
I'm not sure about his guest. He didn't tell me about that.
Right
I'm unsure.
Need to message him and find out.
He did tell me that he's on at 9:30, because obviously he's been doing a little later ones, or depends who he's got the guests on from, if it's been the US or UK. So he is on at 9:30. So then, it's that point of the evening. Salford, are you going to do your quote of the week? I need to put your wonderful picture up before we do that.
Why not?
There we go, look at that baby.
Oh, it's Salford's quote
she's
of
so
the week.
beautiful. You got to admit, she's lovely. Yeah.
I'm saying no.
At least she's got hair. Right, okay, this one's especially for Simon, and he can't even answer me back today, which is brilliant. That's my little snipe at Simon. Right, this is an Abraham Lincoln quote. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt.
That's a good one.
That's for you, Simon. Love you, Simon.
But to be honest, it should be me as well. I should just keep my mouth shut, because then...
Do you want? It doesn't happen.
Don't say nothing. Do you want to say your goodbye, Salford?
Yeah, I will do. Guys, in chat, without you, we don't have a show, of course. And thank you for coming over and being patient with us for all Simon's foes and woes with his microphone. And of course, it's lovely to have Gail on and to chat again, because we've only ever been in a chat on a conference on like the UKN and one charity show. Yeah. So it's lovely to have. We need the rest of the girls on as well at some point.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I'm dead easy. Wait till you meet that Bunny and that You've got no chance.
I've met Bunny in person and had me cuddle, so
She gives the best cuddles.
Oh, she does, and she gave me a seat as well.
You can't even.
I was highly honoured. Yeah, and of course, yo, little bro, for being patient with the rest of us. It wasn't his fault this time now, which makes a change. And yeah, guys, as I said, thank you very much for coming over and being patient with us.
We'll pass it over to our very, very special guest, the one and only Gaily Bops.
Thank you so much for having me on. I've been really, really looking forward to coming on with you guys. It's been a delight. It's been an absolute delight and so lovely to spend time with you and get to do a wee cast with you. So thank you so much for having me on. I watch you every week.
Oh, you're a darling. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we'll have Simon back next week. Big love to him because he really wanted to be on the show today, and obviously with technical problems he's not been on. So big love to you, bro. Don't worry about it. We'll sort it out. It's normally my computer that's messing up. Big huggles to the one and only Gaily Bops. I love you so much. You are the mama of the vape community, and you have always looked after me and my brother, and we love you so much. Thank you very much for it. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been nice, absolutely wonderful to be on the same stream as you. And I can't believe we've not done it before. It's strange. And I can't wait till the 28th as well to get onto your show.
Yes, you're going to be on the bitches with us. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Exciting.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in chat, thank you so much. You make this show. You people are so special. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. Thank you so much to all the spanners for looking after us as well. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, next week we'll be back at the same bat time, same bat channel, and I promise you we will be back, 8 o'clock. And there's one last thing to say, people. Look after yourself and keep them juices flowing. Good nighter.
Good night, everyone.
Fist flaps.
Dirty burger.
It's a ball bag beanie.
Again?